And here it is, guys. What we've all been waiting for. The UCS Republic Gunship. Finally, in my hands. Let's review this. So here it is, the Republic Gunship. It doesn't even feel real at this point. Like, is this the real set? It is. But I'm just so shocked because we've been talking about it for so long now. It felt so far away for such a long time. But now it's here. I'm going to review it for you guys. It's going to be released on August 1st, 2021, which is kind of a shock. I didn't think this set was going to come out until like late September, early October. So we're getting it with all the other LEGO Star Wars sets coming out this summer wave, which has been an excellent wave. If you haven't seen those reviews, I will link that down in the description. So this is crazy, honestly. It really is. The links to buy this will be down in the description as well. It helps out the channel. LEGO did send this Republic Gunship as a review copy over to me. So I do have it a little bit early before everybody else. But this is actually not my first video with the Republic Gunship. I actually collaborated with LEGO themselves, and I actually made an unboxing video and a Q&A video. So if you have questions about the set, I tried to answer them directly with the designer himself, Hans, who made the Republic Gunship, and I will link that video up at the top right corner. It's also launching the same day this review is, so definitely go take a look at that video. It's like 35 minutes long. It was a ton of fun to make that with LEGO, and I really hope you guys enjoy that as well. It was a blast to unveil the Gunship on their channels. So the set number is 75309, as it's been rumored for many months now. It's going to have a retail price of $350, which makes it a very pricey UCS set. It's up there with a lot of the bigger ones, and it should be. I mean, look at this thing. It's massive. It has a piece count of 3,292 pieces. So we got to talk about the minifigures. This has been long rumored about what figures would come in this set, and I discussed this with the LEGO Star Wars designers in that YouTube video I did with LEGO. And, you know, they kind of described minifigures in UCS sets as just accessories. They're not a focal point. They don't want it to be a focal point for buying the set. They don't want to put like super exclusive rare minifigures in very high price sets. Hans himself, the designer, even said that he doesn't like doing that. He finds that to be frowned upon, at least in his opinion and view at LEGO. So, you know, that was interesting, and you can kind of see that come through with the UCS Gunship. The two figures you're going to get is Mace Windu and a Clone Trooper Commander. Now, both of them are figures that we've gotten in previous sets. Notably, they both came in the 2013 ATTE. Now, the figures you're going to get in this set are new versions, and the Clone Trooper Commander is like a new color of yellow. It's like a yellowish orange color. But just like a spoiler alert, this is not the set you're going to buy for exclusive minifigures. You're going to buy this because you want the UCS Gunship. Like, it looks fantastic. So the next thing we got to talk about is the box art. And you might be wondering, well, David, it looks great. What's wrong with the box art? It's actually right here in the logo that says Republic Gunship Star Wars. If you look closely right here, this is the Imperial logo, not the Republic logo. And that's kind of a big mistake because it's literally called the Republic Gunship, not the Imperial Gunship. So that's kind of a big fault, especially given that this is going to be an Attack of the Clones set. Like, this is what it's based off of, is Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. It's not Episode 3 or anything like that. So there's no way of getting around with the fact that, like, why is the Imperial logo on it? It's not just here on the front, it's also on, like, the top and side. So I actually reached out to LEGO. I asked them about this, and they're changing the box art, believe it or not. So here's what's actually going to happen with it. The first wave, or the first production batches, have already been made of the Republic Gunship. They're already being shipped to LEGO stores worldwide. So there's no changing that. They're not going to scrap all these sets just because of the logo. So they're going to sell them with the Imperial logo, the first batch at least. So what LEGO told us, and when I say us, I'm talking about the LEGO Star Wars community. We had a phone call on Zoom kind of discussing this, and they said that by December of 2021, that the new boxes should be in retail stores by that point. Now, I don't know about you. I think this set's going to sell out almost immediately, especially given that there's a mistake and it now becomes an even more elusive collector's item to get a first edition gunship. So I don't know if December's a really accurate date. I'd likely say maybe October, November. The last thing I want to do is just turn this box around, show you the other side here. As you guys can see, this UCS gunship is not based off Clone Wars or Episode 3, is it indeed, and Episode 2 prequel set, Attack of the Clones. You can even see images from the movie, specifically the scene of the Geonosian Arena when the gunships are coming down and picking up the Jedi. That's actually the first time you ever see the Republic gunship, so it makes sense that it's based off that. You can also see there is a full stand that comes with the set, along with, of course, the normal plaque that you always get with UCS sets, and that's where you'll also see and display your minifigures. All right, I've kept you guys waiting long enough. Let's see what the UCS gunship looks like. I am dying to build this thing. Guys, I gotta be honest. This literally might be my new favorite UCS set of all time. I am so impressed with the UCS gunship. It has blown my expectations out of the water. Look at this thing. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I'm speechless. I am just speechless. But first, we have to talk about the minifigures. So first up is a Clone Trooper Commander. This is going to come in a new medium yellow color tone, a new color that we've never gotten on a Clone Trooper before. And you'll see that he's using the same armor as the 501st Clone Troopers, which are in Phase 2 armor. So not sure how I feel about that being inaccurate. I wish they had done a new armor design. After that, we have an Episode 2 based Mace Windu. He does, of course, have his purple lightsaber. If you look really closely on his torso, you'll actually see little nougat-colored spots because he's been in, Geonosis, and it gets, very dusty out there. So I really like those little, very tiny details on the minifigure, which definitely makes it more special for sure. Of course, you can take the two minifigures and display them on the plaque that you get with the UCS gunship. The stand itself is connected with the plaque, and as you can see, it's a sizable stand. It takes actually a good 20-30 minutes just to build the stand itself, which you'll see soon why the gunship is so big that you need a heavy-duty stand. Here's the plaque. You can read that and pause the video if you want. Now, in terms of attaching the gunship to the stand, it's very straightforward. No Technic pins or anything. You just simply set it down and connect the white piece in the middle through the middle area of the cargo bay. It's very easy to take it on and off, and you can one-hand the gunship, meaning you just carry it with one hand. It is a very heavy set, but you can use one arm to hold it via the cargo area. That's my recommendation. You can hold it by the bottom, but I simply just don't do that. Taking a full 360 spin around the gunship now, as you can see, there is plenty of details from almost every single angle that you look at this ship, which is really wonderful and a testament to Hans, the LEGO Star Wars designer who created this gunship. Now, in terms of its stability, as you can see here, it is a little bit back heavy. That's to be expected given those giant wings, but it's not enough to actually tip over the gunship, even if you're lifting up the front end, as I just showed here. Now moving on to the details. First up is the cockpit area. There is dual cockpits with full control panels that are nice and detailed with big seats. And later on, I will show that you can actually put a minifigure in there. No, it's not to scale, but you can do it if you want. Now, moving on to the cargo area. As you can see, the back doors do open and close very easily. They are pretty sturdy. They're a little bit on the wobbly side, but nothing to be of concern. I've had this gunship for over a month now, and I haven't had any issues with the doors on the back side. Next up is the front turret pods. Now, this is the same on both sides, except they're opposite of each other. I gotta say the design is very cool. They're using the half dome pieces. They're 8 stud wide, not 6 like you would see on the playset version of the gunship. They do actually open up and have an interior with a seat and little controls using some Overwatch weapons, which I think is pretty interesting, and it's a design that works pretty well. And they do fully articulate and move around, which is another nice little feature on a UCS set. It's not always a common occurrence. As for the wings, they are using 8 stud half domes, again with a different print, unlike the turret pods. And it's the same print on both sides of the wing. Next to that, you'll see a little missile belt, and it actually looks very detailed and nice looking. Now looking towards the back of the gunship, there is a back door, just like the playset version, and it's also very accurate to the real gunship. You see this in the Clone Wars show, especially with ATRTs coming out the back, so that's a nice little addition. And the door opens and closes fairly easily. There's a back turret as well that moves very easily as well. Now moving towards the top of the gunship, this is another nice little feature, which is reversed
missile cannons that are rotating, just like you see in the movie. Actually, when the gunship is popping up from the Geonosian arena, you actually see those little missile cannons rotating. So that's a nice little addition. You don't usually see that much functionality in a UCS set, so definitely a nice change of pace for me. Now, taking a look towards the top, this is where the bigger cannons are, and they're kind of squared off a little bit, maybe a little bit too much for my taste, but I still like it. It gives that Lego feel. Moving towards the front, this is where those front turrets are. Ingenious design, really, really well integrated with the Lego system. Didn't have to use a whole new mold for that front turret, so I'm very impressed with that. In the cargo area, you'll see there's some control panels, there's some fence pieces, and there's also this lattice type of column at the very top that acts as the netting that you would see passengers hold on to when the gunship doors are open, so you don't fall out. It gives you a place of contact to hold on to. And then on the side of the ship, you'll see there's a 3-stud wide tile, circular tile, with a sticker Republic logo. It's unfortunately not printed. That is something I do wish that came printed, but there is a lot of other printed elements in this set, I should note. All right, so now you're seeing the minifigure both in the turret pod and in the cockpit area. It works. It's definitely not the scale. This gunship is probably twice minifigure scale, but if you really want to, you can put minifigures both in the turrets and in the cockpit itself. Underneath the gunship, you'll see some trans clear reverse circular tiles that kind of act as things that you can slide the gunship on the table. So they're just there as just extra stability, maybe to hold the plates together as well. Moving into the cargo area, there is some minor details with tiles and blue trans pieces, and there's also some missile belts on the side of the doors that are actually accurate to the gunship as well. So that's it in terms of all the functionality and little details. Quite a lot on a model like this, and I gotta say, if there's one thing that the designer nailed, it's the look. It looks exactly what I think a UCS gunship should look like. I am so beyond impressed with the overall shape. The stability of the model is there, the details are there, the functionalities are there. Unfortunately, the minifigures are probably going to disappoint some of you, but I still think they're accurate enough to the scene that it makes sense. Now, the final thing that I want to do for you guys is show you the sheer scale of the UCS gunship, and the best way I could do that is comparing it to the 2013 Republic gunship that is in play scale. And as you can see, it is literally twice the size in almost every single direction that you look at the two and compare them. It is insane. Now, of course, the UCS gunship does have a stand, so it kind of elevates it a little bit more, but even without the stand, it is huge, like absolutely huge compared to the play scale model. And it should be, given that it's basically 3 times the price of what that set went for.
So my overall impressions are that I'm blown away by this set. It is way better than I ever could have hoped for. There are like very minor things you can nitpick about the UCS gunship. I think someone brought this up on the Zoom call I had with the LEGO designers. Is like the pods here are supposed to be attached on the side, not in the back. This is actually how it's attached from the normal Playset 2013 gunship. Such a minor thing. The designer explained that like this had to be done in order to get the movement of the pods, which I think is far more important than having them in like a standstill position on the side. With every Lego model, whether it's UCS or play scale, there will always be some type of compromise somewhere. Given the overall shape, the look, I'm fine with whatever compromises they made to make this work. So, minifigures, I realize this is going to be kind of a controversial thing. I'm sure some of you had hoped for other type of minifigures, whether it's like a Commander Cody, Captain Rex. Of course I would have wished for that, but this is an Attack of the Clones set, and so you're kind of limited to what figures you would include. Maybe it could have been Anakin and Obi-Wan, or maybe it could have been like a new Phase 1, just normal Clone Trooper. I think, if anything, I wish we got a Clone Trooper pilot minifigure, and I actually asked the design team about that, and it sounded like to me that the reason why they didn't make that figure is they would have to make a new helmet mold, which is not something they wanted to do. They're really trying to keep the minifigures in these specific UCS sets, the higher price ones, not as desirable, like desirable to the point where they are new and special to the set, but not like super desirable to the point where you're only buying the set just for the minifigures. It's like a fine balance that the design team plays with. So talking about that box art, the logo mistake, or whatever the controversial name will be, logo gate or whatever people come up with. To me, what it comes down to is if this sticker on the UCS gunship was wrong, if this was the Imperial logo on the gunship, that would have been a big issue to me. But I'm fine with the box art. If anything, I think it's actually really funny. I like the fact that they made a mistake like that. And given that they are going to correct it in the next batch of UCS gunships, shows that they really do care. It was an honest mistake by the graphic design team. And so it really shouldn't be a big focal point to be either a turn off or turn on to buy the set. I'm sure it will be for some people. I'm sure there will be plenty of LEGO Star Wars fans that want to have a first edition gunship and want to get that first box art with that Imperial logo mistake, because later on they will fix it and they will have a new box and also instructions as well, because that logo is on the instructions. So those two things will be switched out. All right, so this set is launching on August 1st, 2021. Links are going to be down in the description if you want to purchase it. Those links are affiliated, help out the channel. Let's talk about the release now. I personally think this is going to be a model that sells out right at midnight on lego.com, and there's going to be at least a line of 100 people at your local LEGO store day one on August 1st. There's going to be people camping out at 5 in the morning. Probably half those people camping out are going to be scalpers, unfortunately, because they're going to want to get 1, 2, 5 of this mistaked box art and hype up the value. Please don't be the person to buy a UCS gunship for $500, $700, or $1,000 from scalpers if it sells out. Wait it out, guys. Wait it out. It's not a big deal if you get the Imperial logo version of the box art or in any of that. Just wait it out. Don't fall for the scalpers. I feel like that's going to happen day one. So if you want to avoid that, here's some steps that you can take when this set launches on August 1st. So some tips I want to give you guys for purchasing this UCS gunship, especially on day one, is that first off, you're going to want to set an alarm or a reminder on your phone for 11:30 p.m. on July 31st. 30 minutes prior to midnight to August 1st is where you're going to want to get on that computer and just wait it out. The link will be down in the description directly to go to the UCS gunship page. So just click that. Wait it out for 30 minutes, and then see what happens. It should come available at midnight. I expect it to sell out probably within the first couple minutes. It will go fast. I do think there's going to be a lot of demand for this set, so just try your best to buy it on Shop at Home. If that fails, your second option is going to the LEGO stores. Now, I know some of you will want to go to LEGO stores anyways. Here's the thing. I think LEGO stores open at like 8 a.m., I believe, or 10 a.m., not sure, it depends. I think this is launching on like a Saturday, so check your store hours, call the day before, see how many gunships they have. I expect most LEGO stores will get at least 20 to 25, and if that's the case, you will probably have to get there extremely early whenever your mall opens, or maybe you have to stand outside the mall for a LEGO store line. Hopefully the LEGO store prepares for this correctly and has some type of line outside the mall if the mall's not open and all of that. But just get there early. And what is early? Like 4 to 5 in the morning. And the reason why I know this is going to happen is because it happened with the UCS Millennium Falcon in 2017. There was literally people there at 4 in the morning waiting to get that set. I expect the same thing to happen with the UCS gunship. So get there early if you can't purchase the set on Shop at Home. So to sum that up, remind yourself the day before to prepare for the Shop at Home midnight launch. If it doesn't work out, go to your LEGO store at 4 to 5 in the morning, stand in the line, purchase your gunship that way. If neither fail and it's out of stock, wait it out. Don't buy through scalpers. That's my advice. It's not going to be available anywhere else other than LEGO stores and Shop at Home. So the last thing I just want to talk about is price. $350. Is this set worth that? Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is a $350 set. It blows me away with its scale, accuracy, build was excellent, figures are solid. I really cannot complain about the set. So if you're remotely interested in the gunship, I would say it's definitely a day one purchase. no doubt about it. So that concludes my review, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check out all the other LEGO Star Wars reviews, they will be linked down in the description. And hit that subscribe button if you want to see more UCS sets reviewed. There is actually a rumored $800 set coming later in 2021. We'll see if that comes true, but the only way you'll know is by hitting the subscribe button, so that way you'll be the first to be notified for that review, for that reveal. Hopefully that's a real thing. It's rumored to be an AT-AT, but we'll just have to wait and see. Good luck buying your UCS gunships, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.